AI is going in the wrong direction, and it has me a little concerned. So I was browsing through my Feedly, and what I saw was that news article about a AI tool called Watermark Remover.io. Name is a bit self-explanatory. What it does, quite simply, is removes watermarks from images, which I'm trying to think very hard, but I can't really think of a positive use for it. Now, the only reasons I can think of, at least, whether it be watermarks, either because it's dog photography that you haven't paid for yet, which makes perfect sense, or it belongs to a company, and therefore they've put a watermark on it to know that it belongs to them, and therefore when people use it, everyone knows it's theirs. Or it could be, a photographer, maybe like a wedding photographer or something, that's taken pictures and uploaded them, put a watermark on there so that no one can claim it as theirs. So no way that I can think of it would it ever be a benefit to anyone that's not using it for the wrong reasons. Therefore, my question is, I suppose, why was it even created? At first, I thought we needed to have a look. So I took this picture, which is very poorly taken. It was taken a particularly dark time of day. Well, it wasn't too dark, but it was too dark for an iPhone 11 camera to pick up, and therefore, the picture isn't brilliant to begin with, which I thought might benefit in the aid of trying to find a way to stop the watermark remover from removing it. And I uploaded it to this site called Watermarkly, and they put their own watermark at the bottom if you use it for free. It doesn't bother me. It's a third watermark. Now, here's the app result got. So as you can see, I've done one picture that was in one lot of text which is in red, thinking it's not a normal watermark. Maybe it can trick the AI to the point where the AI wouldn't know what to do with it. I've got the standard low opacity text, which I've hidden. Makes it a little bit hard to see by looking on my monitor, but it's hidden in the sort of the twigs and the grass. So, and obviously, as you can see at the bottom there is their own watermark they put on, so I used the free version. Then I tried to upload it to watermarkremover.io and realised I'm not allowed to upload that picture because it was taken as a 4K picture and their max size is 2400 pixels by 2400 pixels square. Therefore, they wouldn't allow me to do that. So what I ended up having to do was edit the video, keep the aspect ratio, but make the max dimension 2400, and then try again. Now, the first thing I noticed when I look at the removed one, I put my name in semi-transparent sort of normal white/grey text. To the naked eye, I can't see where it was, which means, okay, good job, your tool does what it's supposed to do for whatever nefarious reasons it was invented for. You look down towards Watermark is one, you can see a few little bits where it hasn't actually been able to take out all of the words, but at least zoomed out, it's not too obvious, and I can't see any major deformities that would sort of signal to me that the image has been edited in some way. Now, the funny thing is, the very untraditional watermark I've done with the transparent red text, the watermark removing tool has, well, turned into a watermark, both literally and figuratively. It's now a very dull grey, but still very, very visible. Now, what I decided to do next, I've taken this over to another website called ifchecker.com. It's a good place to, you can compare images, you can also compare text, which is obviously quite handy if you think someone might have copied someone. You can put both lots of text in and see what, if there are any differences and what those differences are. So now I'm going to have to upload the downsized for AI not the transformed one. I want the normal one. Okay, downsized to AI. I'm going to compare it to the transformed one, as they put it, and then we click on difference. And first things we can see is, yeah, obviously it's outlined the bits you'd expect where the text once was, but there's also a lot of other little bits it seems to have removed as well. And there's a lot of differences there now. In fact, if I click over onto this downloadable version, where it outlines basically everything that's been changed in purple, we can see the only thing that really hasn't been changed much is the surface of the water. So yes, AI can remove watermarks in the traditional sense. Yes, it's easy to beat them. Just make your text color red, and then it just converts it to a watermark. But it does change little bits of the whole image, which means whilst, yes, it is a tool that can be used to remove watermarks, it does, and not in a noticeable way from what I can see, it would alter the image quality, because the amount of stuff that it's changing, there's no way you could change that much, like outlines and everything, without downgrading the image quality at the very least slightly. But that is what I've got for you today. It's a little bit worrying because obviously it isn't that long ago there became a big thing with AI art, which a lot of people are worried about, especially if you're an artist, about them sort of taking away the need for an artist. Now, luckily, whilst the art generated by AI is quite outstanding to look at, it's in a lot of ways pretty easy to see that it's not like an artist's work. But now they seem to also now be targeting photographers, so wedding photographers, stock photographers, anyone that might have a reason to put a watermark on their image. Well, simply put, anyone that isn't of a whose moral compass isn't going truly north, they're not going to buy to remove those watermarks if they can simply download the picture, upload it to a website, and have that watermark removed, in practically seconds. If they don't, why would they pay for your work if it's as easy as that to just basically steal the work from someone else? So definitely a very concerning situation to be in. By the way, that is the end of today's video. I'd love to know what you all think down in the comment section. And most importantly, can any of you think of a reason why this tool would have been made in the first place that's not to either remove watermarks from stock photography or any other nefarious means? Because I really struggle to think of a single legal reason why this tool has even been invented. But anyway, until next time, thank you for diving with me today.